Now we move on to healthy meals for the Yuletide and spotlighting vegan meals. We're joined now all the way from Abuja by Nena Ubani, widely known as Duchess Nena, a UK-based vegan chef, author, and certified plant-based nutritionist. Thank you so much for joining us, Nena. Good morning.
Good morning.
Pleasure to have you. Pleasure to have you on, and you are so beautiful. I looked at your picture for a long time and I was like, you look like someone called Chipsy. I had to ask if you were related to Chipsy. You look absolutely stunning.
It's so funny. A few people have asked me. I don't know which place, but I'll try and reach out and get to know her.
Please do. Please do. You have to. All right, so let's talk about vegan meals. I mean, this is something that many Nigerians would look away from because Nigerians love their protein, they love their beef, they love everything related to meat. Well, many of them. So why vegan meals?
Okay, so I'm obviously vegan, and I feel that since I've become vegan, I've become like my healthiest for the longest time. Before I transitioned to become a vegan, I had high blood pressure, my blood sugar was really high, and I was also very overweight. And by going vegan, I've managed to transform my life, my health. I'm so, will I say, the healthiest I've been in the last 10 years. And I like to share the good news with other people.
All right. Namdi?
So, like Natalie rightly said, I mean, I love oha soup. And oha soup is always sweeter when there is, scattered, condiments all over it. Obstacles all over the soup. But when I hear Igbo vegan meals, I quickly think of, even okpa, abacha are largely plant-based if we're being honest about it.
Yeah.
But for those of us, I know Natalie was thinking of the she was telling about people who like their protein. So how does one go about, can I use the term veganizing an Igbo diet? So that satisfy the average Igbo man that has to have the obstacles.
I actually have a cookbook called The Igbo Vegan.
Okay.
So in that cookbook, I've been able to veganize most of our favorite Igbo meals. And it's funny that you should talk about oha soup. When I was growing up and I'll go spend time with my grandma in the village, she will make oha soup and she will make it with eru, which is mushroom. And it was nice and there was no meat or anything in it. My research into the way Igbo people ate whilst I was writing my cookbook led me to a cookbook that was written by this lady in 1913, and she lived amongst the Igbo people, and she said that Igbo people were mainly plant-based. They weren't eating meat the way we're eating meat now. So you're right by saying that most of our meals are more plant-based than meat-based. We used to eat plenty fish, and maybe once in a while, when the hunters are able to get meat, we'll eat meat. But Igbo people weren't really known as big meat eaters. And I think that for us moving forward health-wise, if we can cut back on the amount of meat we're eating, it will actually be good for us because heart diseases, illnesses like diabetes, high blood pressure has been linked to overconsumption of meat. I mean, I know it's difficult to tell people to cut back on meat completely, but if you can actually cut back the amount of meat you're eating, even if you eat meat like twice a week or once a week, it would help greatly with your health.
All right. So now looking at the idea of vegan, do you have any idea of why people actually end up having only a vegan diet? What is this condition? Is it a condition actually? Why do people actually avoid protein? Okay, I'll speak for myself. I'm not vegan. I'm not vegetarian, but I can go a whole year without eating meat of any sort. And it's not that I have any reservations about, but I just don't feel like going out of my way for it. But I like milk and eggs and everything else. So I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian. But what makes being vegan unique from being vegetarian and being a beef lover?
Okay, so when people say vegan, a lot of people don't even understand what veganism is. Like I found coming to Nigeria and trying to order food and stuff. So I'm really happy that you've asked this question. It's a very important question. So veganism is actually a strict vegetarian. So vegetarians would still have things like eggs, milk, cheese, but vegans would abstain from eggs, cheese, milk. And one of the reasons why a lot of people would say they would go vegan is mainly because of, like the dairy products. Some people cannot actually consume dairy, and a lot of Black people have this dairy intolerance, which obviously affects their digestion and affect their skin. So sometimes people have eczema. They don't know that the eczema is as a result of the milk that they're intaking or the cheese or some of the things that they have in their food. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason, which is the reason why I went vegan, is because I actually do not believe that we cannot get all our food groups from plants. And I don't really believe in eating or killing of animals for environmental reasons and for animal rights reasons. Personally, that's my intake. My health benefits were as a side result of me now going vegan. So I didn't really go vegan for health.
All right, but do you see that protection of nature and protection of animals working in a country in Nigeria? Do you see that working? What's that experience like for you?
Okay, so like I said earlier, when I'm talking to people about veganism, I usually come to them with the health benefits because people don't really like when I start talking about you shouldn't eat animals, think about the climate change, think about environment. I start losing people, and I start seeing like you can see the person's eyes become vacant. Like, what is this person talking about?
I know.
So it would take a while for, I think, will I say, the difficulties and the challenges in Nigeria at the moment, the least, will I say, importance to an average Nigerian is looking at the environment. So in as much as we should look at environment, I really don't push it too hard, but I just talk about it.
The health benefits.
Hopefully one day people would understand.
All right. Now, last question, well, second to last is, would you say that a vegan diet is expensive? Would you say keeping up with a vegan diet is expensive in Nigeria?
Not really, because if you think about it, the most important food in Nigeria at the moment is meat. So if you take meat out of your meal, that's vegan. And people don't really think about it like that because obviously there's been a westernization of veganism. So when people think about vegan foods, they're thinking about quinoa, they're thinking about bulgur wheat. They're not thinking about opa. They're not thinking about ugu. They're thinking about spinach, cabbage, and all the rest of them. Whereas our foods are vegan. For example, if you have like corn and ube, that's a vegan meal, and it's a complete meal. If you're looking at roasted plantain with vegetable with oba, that's a vegan meal, and that's a complete meal. So I believe a vegan meal is actually cheaper, if you would ask me.
All right. Now, would you like to add anything right before we let you go? Is there anything else you would like Nigerians, viewers watching this right now to take home from this?
Okay, so like I said to you, I always come to Nigerians with the health benefits of being vegan. Obviously, you know that there's a high incidence of liver disease, kidney disease, heart diseases, and our health, will I say, our health industry, for want of a better word, I know why I'm calling it an industry, is not really where it should be at the moment. And I would suggest that people could eat a bit better to avoid so many visits to the hospital. It's better to eat well. And like someone like me, I hardly fall sick. My immune system is really high. And that's because of the way I eat. So
Right.
even my skin is good. I don't even put, like, I really don't have that much makeup on, as you can see. You get clearer skin. You get good digestion. You get wellness from going vegan. So what is stopping you?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Duchess Nena, vegan chef, author, certified plant-based nutritionist, for joining us on the morning show today. It was a pleasure having you. And thank you for sharing those valuable insights. Compliments of the season. And by the way, is that your Christmas hair? Is that your Christmas hair?
One of many.
All right. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.